guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at first form Prime Battle Cell here. I think that this guy could be a pretty decent unit, actually. I feel like he can be, you know, helpful in sort of these Cell lineups. Now remember, the Android team has had quite a bit of strength added to it lately. The thing is that kind of like the Gammas and MVP 17 and these types of characters, you know, rocking them together works really well. Cell characters don't really work well with like the Gammas and stuff like that. I guess some of the Cells have shocking speed, although the best Cell does not have shocking speed, which is Int LR Cell, right? It's like if we look at this first form Cell's link set, you know, we're going to encounter issues here. Flee, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Attack of the Clones, Shocking Speed, Shattering Limit, Legendary Power. So it's like these Cell characters usually want to be used with other Cells. Cell characters' link sets hurt them really bad. It also really hurts that Cell just doesn't have good enough characters in general right now. Int LR Cell is really a huge disappointment. Because while he can be very good once he transforms, you know, it's once he transforms. This guy in base is like fodder, essentially. Like he's not really doing anything. Because his role with Cell characters is to be the best unit on the team. But until he transforms, he's not even really good enough to be the best unit on the team, right? Like we would need some character to hold down slot 1. Now, I wanted to jump into kind of a tougher fight here with the Cell team. We're going up against AGL Metal Cooler. We're probably just going to get killed right away. I mean, I'm looking at this. I feel like we're just going to die instantly. Because it's like, you know, AGL First Form Cell is not the greatest here. Prime Battle Cell, we have two 200% leader skills he has access to. The new Dokkan Fest Super 17. And then, of course, also AGL Cell's team. Now, remember, this Cell, it's like he could potentially be a help to Super 17's team. But Cell himself does not work great with Super 17. I'm going to do this. This is just a really tough turn. If the Cyclopean Guard super attacks right away, we just have no shot. I mean, we're just generally in a pretty bad position. We're linking up good, but this is a pretty bad spot. Okay, that's fine. So the fact that we didn't get super attacked right away is really good. Now, first form Cell, he builds up ki and defense with every super attack he does. No super attack right there. Okay, that's good. That's good. He builds up ki and defense with every super attack he does. He also gets a huge extra attack buff and an additional that has a medium chance of being a super if we get 18 ki, which we did not have, right? All right, now AGL Cell, I don't think he'll get one. This could actually work out very good because we have, yeah, we do have Int Cell. This is good. This is good. Super. Okay, I think this will probably do enough damage for us to transform with Int Cell, actually. Yeah. No, it is. Yeah, okay. I forgot for a split second. I forgot. Right, they buffed it to 40%. We're transforming with Int Cell. This is from the buff. If it was not for the buff, we would not be able to do this. Oh my god. Okay. Now this. If y'all don't mind, I am gonna just, you know, pop a little of this right here. I don't foresee this situation going too good for us. So we're gonna just go ahead and do that. Alright, let's hit this. Int Cell should go super crazy. I guess I'll feel a little stupid if Int Cell does kill the Cyclopean Guard right here. But with that one little King Yama, we should be good. Now remember, Int Cell, he is very strong, right? We got a lot of orbs from 21 million. This is why this Int Cell, he's a difficult character to potentially like rank in like tier lists and stuff like that, right? Because Int Cell, he can be very powerful, but if he transforms, right? If Int Cell's not transforming, he's just not as impressive as I would like, right? Like, I think Int Cell, all they had to do was give him guard. He should guard in base form, the same way EGL LR Gohan guards in base form. I don't really understand why he doesn't. It doesn't really make a ton of sense. Alright, now we're still not out of the woods yet. We'll be okay. Once we get to Metal Cooler, I think we should be okay. Because it's like, you remember, AGL Cell, he sucks. And so Bro, what? God. I think we're dead? We are dead. Ay, ay, ay. Well, I guess he is debuffed significantly, huh? Oh, bruh. This is the worst. This is why characters like Vegeta and Trunks, TEQ Carnival Goku and stuff like that are not overrated. It's because you need characters like that, and the full Cell team doesn't really. Even when AGL Perfect Cell transforms, his huge defense is coming after he supers, but he gets some dodge chance. And even Int LR Cell isn't really great in slot 1, so like a full Cell lineup. I mean, I guess 19 and 20 are here, but once we get to Metal Cooler, 19 and 20 are fine because they have the Ki Blast absorption. Alright, well, let's just do this. We're probably going to get super attacked right away, which does suck because it's going to hit us with a debuff, but First Form Cell is definitely our strongest defensive character, like, right away here. No, it probably would be better... Who links up better with First Form Cell? Is it the physical LR Cell or Transformed AGL Cell? It's the same. They both have 4 links. Transformed AGL Cell is stronger, so we'll leave him on rotation. Okay. So we have these. Okay, sure. All right, let's see. With the debuffs applied to the Cyclopean Guard, we should survive a super if he supers right away. I would really like him to not super attack Cell though, because he debuffs, which I hate. All right. Ow. All right. We did manage to kind of eat that well again with the debuff stuff like that. All right. So remember, First Form Cell. I did build this guy with full additional, actually. So, okay, normal. One more. Super. Nice. Perfect. This gives us a 15% heal. Which, you know, if we're running, like, MVP 17 or, you know, Dokkan Fest Super 17 potentially could be annoying, right? Because he's going to be healing, you're going to be losing that. But on, like, a full Cell lineup, it's going to be helpful. Remember, Cell has, you know, some healing links and stuff like that. Some of them do. What is it? It's, Ultimate Life Form is a healing link, right? And this is another reason why Cell badly needs a slot 1 character too, by the way, is because a slot 1 character will be dramatically strengthened if you have a character you can put in slot 1 to actually take these big hits, right? If you have that, then, you know, again, we're going to be looking a lot better. Okay, so we have quite a bit of orb changing right here. Yeah, that's good, that's good. Oh, wow, we could do Cell's active, huh? Metal Cooler, he is... Oof. Okay. This is kind of a scary turn. Let's pop Cell's active. I feel like there's no reason not to do this, right? Let's go and pop this. No crit, unfortunately. That's okay. All right. Whew. Okay. So, yeah. Wow. This is not a great rotation we're sitting in right here. I might actually use an item just to keep this going. I guess I'm going to use another King Yama right here. I would like to keep this going just a little bit longer. I guess this is the... I do feel very dirty. Like, I'm, like, using items. Like, oh, my God, I gotta... Oh, the Cell team. They need it, man. Let's see where the super attack is. AGL Cell, even with the King Yama... Yeah, we should live. With the King Yama, if AGL Cell gets supered and it connects, we should live. Now, Int Cell, he would have been taking double digits regardless. Int Cell's going crazy. Yeah, I mean, if you start a fight out and Cell... transforms, like, literally turn 2, then he's, like, a top 5 unit in the game. What? Dude! He, like, one-turn Metal Cooler. Yeah, that's... again, if Int Cell transforms right away, he is God mode. There's no doubt about that. Okay. Sure. Nice tanking abilities there, Metal Cooler. All right, now Second Form Cell at the end here, this guy would be okay. I brought him here to support Second Form Cell, but I figured he'd probably be okay against this Metal Cooler anyway. he would live a super attack. I mean, with the King Yama, of course. Plus, he's got type advantage, stuff like that. So we are good right here. Yeah, 165. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, looks like we're going to finish this off. We did have to resort to using some items, but yeah, Incel, that was like one of the best turns I've ever had from Incel. Active into a triple super right there. Jeez. What? We could do AGL cells transformation right here. I'm going to not do that because, again, this is a tech cell showcase. Alright, so one thing to keep in mind on this turn, we are debuffed. The Cyclopean Guard super last turn. So remember, he gave us a minor attack and defensive debuff. So our stats are a little bit lower than they should be. We'll do another run, you know, maybe in like a weaker event, and we'll kind of like see what Cell's looking like. So remember, he gets 2 key, 20% defense with each super attack performed. A pretty good key mechanic because, we're fully built up, and look at his key. That's quite good. He also gets 2 key at the start of turn, so he could build up 8 key just for free, which is pretty decent. I do like that. And yeah, he's getting 30% defense with every super attack he does. Again, I would recommend probably additional for this guy, or dodge. I mean, for characters that aren't like Omega top tier, like dodge will pretty much just always be worth it, right? Because dodge, like, name a situation where that's bad. Fighting Red Zone Broly, and that's pretty much it. But the additionals can be fairly good on this cell, because, not only is he getting 30% defense when he gets a 12 key, but then also the 15% HP regen, which, again, combined with some of these cell characters having... Here, let me show the link. We don't have it activated here, but it's this one right here. Ultimate Life Form. 2 key, 3% HP regen, and 10% attack. I mean, this is like a top 5 link in the game right here. So, yeah, okay. All right, well, sure. Let's just do this. Cell should be able to finish things off for us, I would think. I think we should be pretty much A-okay right here. Hopefully, First Form Cell can triple super for us. Remember, he gets the guaranteed additional with a 30% chance to super with if you hit an 18-key super, right? And he doesn't get the HP regen or anything like that on his 18-key. He does do guaranteed crits if the enemy's in attack down or defensive down status, but that's like not... Like, that doesn't matter against the biggest boss. All the biggest bosses are immune to attack down and defensive down. So, again, it doesn't really matter. Wow, actually, we could die here. If AGL Cell doesn't go crazy, we could die, I guess. Okay. Wow. Could 19 and 20, do they just die from normals? I don't think so. Nah. No way, right? Because if Cooler supers here, they just absorb it. Oh, they double supered. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, I guess that this is the thing about Metal Cooler. He does heal, what is it, like a 7 million per turn or something like that? So it's like if you're not... Oh, wow, they double supered and they're still taking 60k. Wow, okay. All right, I think we're not out of the woods yet. Cell's really good, but like I think he would get one-shotted if Metal Cooler supered in slot 1 here. Are you kidding me? I've had a lot of close calls recently. Yeah, dude, we're dead. He's super. I'm telling y'all, that's a super. I've seen this before, man. I mean, we used items. Who cares, right? But I've seen this movie before. This is a super attack in slot 1. Make no mistake. I don't think Incel's quite good enough to live this before he supers. Let's see. Oh, it's a normal. Okay. Yeah, we were dead. Yeah. Incel after he supers is fine defensively, but not before he supers. So, again, if we're going to run a full Cell team, we really could use a slot 1 character. It would help out a lot. This is probably the best run for me I've ever seen from Incel. Incel carried us so hard. Like, that was very impressive by Incel. Yeah, I mean, the full Cell team, it's just, this is like, the full Cell, like, 200% team has to be one of the worst. Like, 200% teams. Like, lineups you could run out there. Like, I feel like the Heroes team, it might be better. It's like, again, Incel after transforming is like, a top 5 unit in the game for sure, but you have to get there first, and, like, AGL Cell is pretty mid until he's perfect, too. The Cell team just has it very rough right now, for sure. Alright, guys, I wanted to get one more run just to sort of see some of the stats that Cell could do I do think that Cell can get to a reasonable level defensively for like a free-to-play character. And, you know, he could do, I guess, kind of reasonable damage for a free-to-play character as well. Probably, as a core, it makes an appearance, of course. Probably the way you could use this guy is, I think, with type advantage against some of these fights, he could perform well. It's kind of the same thing with, like, the LR Bobbity, right? Like, at the very least, these free-to-play characters recently, you know, I could see you using them in, you know, like, red zone style fights with good luck, and then they have type advantage at the most difficult part. You could probably get away with it, but, you know, it helps when these teams, like, you know, a Cell team or something like that, if it had a stronger, stronger the Cell team needs a character better than Int Cell to, like, be the commander of it, right? To be, like, the linchpin of the team. If Int Cell was the second best unit on the team, we would be in a much better spot. And then, like, some of these other characters, like AGL Cell and, you know, the TEQ LR Cell, like, could be useful just as, like, extra options on the team. I would love, because Perfect Cell, just Perfect Cell, like, that's the name, right? Like, here, I'll quickly show this. If we got a new Perfect Cell, I think that would be one of the best, like, sort of like needed, like, Dokkan, like, fests, like coming up. Like, we need villain characters badly. This is what we need, right? So we could look at it. There's Perfect Form Cell right here. This is not what we need, because this guy is really good, right? We need Perfect Cell right here. This is 2015. This is 2015. This is 2016. We have not had a Perfect Cell standalone character since 2016. So Perfect Cell getting a Dokkan Fest, I think, would be a massive monster W. All right, so this is a very bad kind of opener for our first form Cell right here. But, I mean, I just kind of want to see his stats as we build up anyway. Like, let's just sort of see what max Cell looks like. So, remember, by getting the 18 key, he does get the extra attack buff. And then that also does give us access to the additional as well. Right, we get a guaranteed additional with a 30% chance to be a super. Okay, normal. But then that also makes it easy to get our Hidden Potential System additional, which we've gotten the Hidden Potential System additional many times so far in this video. And then there's 2 super attacks, so we're almost all the way built up already. He only needs to do 3 to be fully built up. So, all right, let me cut ahead, and we'll see what Cell looks like on the next turn. All right, so we definitely have a kind of a strongish rotation right here for sure. Okay. So, Cell's defense, he's up to 461 right here. We're not even fully built up. I mean, sure, we have a decent amount of support. I think that this TEQ Perfect Form Cell at the top there, we could use him in some fights where, again, he would have type advantage, one of the important things yet again. We are going to have a lot of our links active with that TEQ Perfect Form Cell. So, sure, let's go ahead and see what Prime Battle Cell does on this rotation. And then on the next turn, we are going to be fully built up. So we'll see TEQ Cell fully built up on the next turn. So let's go ahead and see what this gives us in terms of damage and stuff like that. All right, so first form Cell gives us a solid 8 milli. Decent, I think. Because it's 8 million with additionals, right? That's where it's like, okay, like, I mean, he could do, what, an 8 into, like, a 4 into a 4 or something like that? Or an 8 into a 5 into a 5? Yeah, like, see, another hidden potential. Okay, my luck is never this good with the hidden potential system additional, right? We do have to understand that, but, I mean, yeah, this is an additional build I feel like will work fairly good on this guy. Additionals can really start to be very strong when a character already has built-in additionals, because then you have more opportunities to proc the Hidden Potential System additional. Although you probably could make the argument that if a character has built-in additionals, you don't need to go as many additionals anyway, since it could also proc on every single attack. So I guess both arguments are in play there. Alright, so we have this rotation right here. Let's see what Cell gives us. So we're at 545 in terms of defense, huh? And again, every super attack he does is going to give him 30% defense. This is where I think he can get pretty decent, right? Like, we're really getting up there in terms of defense. So, as a free-to-play character, he will be able to tank these normals, which is good. And again, if we're going up against some AGL boss, he'll be able to eat super attacks as well. So, I do actually feel pretty positive about this first form Cell. This is a character that could actually just help, right? He will be able to assist on some of these teams. And, you know, Cell is in such a dire spot in the game right now as well. So in terms of our links, we have everything active except for Legendary Power and Flee. Like Attack of the Clones, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, all that stuff is all up. We're also starting the turn at 24 key. It does seem like as Cell does a bunch of super attacks, he's not going to struggle for key either. That's good, right? You know, LRs, you really don't want them struggling for key, or else you're going to encounter a lot of issues, right? Like that's the main problem with LR Ultimate Gohan, LR Beast Gohan. If Beast Gohan didn't struggle for key at all, he would be like, you know, a top 10 unit in the game, right? But the problem for him is his struggles with key, right? Which lead to, you know, struggles with consistency, and then he gets his additionals, and then they're normals, and then you get destroyed, right? Like, that is usually the issue with that LR Ultimate / Beast Gohan, right? So, LRs having access to an overabundance of ki is a very, very good thing. Alright, this is Life Form of Hate and Ruin, Cell First Form. His leader skill is the Artificial Life Forms category, Ki 4 and 130% to stats. His super attack is the Life Absorption, which gives you 30% attack and defense at the start, or 30% attack and defense, super attack effect, colossal damage, and then recovers 15% HP. The HP regen would be much more meaningful if you had strong defensive characters who could eat these super attacks and you're good, but that doesn't really exist on the Cell team, right? It's going to take extreme luck to survive the super attacks is really the way that's going to go. So yeah. His 18-key super is the Zetsumi Bullet, which raises attack and defense by 30% for one turn, mega colossal damage to the enemy, and then greatly lowers enemy attack and defense. The attack and defensive debuff could be good, maybe in some of these like Super Battle Road stages. He is on some weaker categories, so that is good. His passive skill, Hybrid Cells, gives him 2 key and 60% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets an additional 60% attack and defense when facing only one enemy. Then he gets 2 key up to a max of 6 and 20% defense up to a max of 60% with each super attack performed. So theoretically, you could build that up turn 1, right? He could triple super and then you're fully built up immediately. You could, right? Then if key is 18 or more, he gets an additional 60% attack. He launches a guaranteed additional that has a medium chance, a 30% chance of being a super. And if the enemy is in attack down or defensive down status, he does a guaranteed crit. The last part is pretty pointless. The toughest bosses are not in attack down or defensive down. That's like a Super Battle Road or Battlefield mechanic where that would be useful. His links are Flee, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Attack of the Clones, Shocking Speed, Shattering the Limit, and Legendary Power. His 12 key multiplier is 140%, 24 key multiplier is 200%. And then finally, our boy Cell is on category teams that do need help, so he is at least like a useful, helpful addition to several teams. Again, this is why it's good that there was not significant power creep during the 8th anniversary, because it's like as we're slowly getting additions to even these weaker teams, you know, it's not like, oh, you know, we ran out of time, AGL Cell is now one of the worst releases ever or something like that, right? Like, believe it or not, STR Kid Buu could explode and be a top tier unit if he got like a dominant, overpowered, like slot 1 strong Dokkan Fest like Buhan or something like that. The same way a lot of these cells would be much better if we got an overly dominant perfect cell, right? It's the same thing. So Cell's on the Android team. The Android team is in, I think, a pretty good spot right now, but it's moved away from the Cell characters. Cell characters don't really work that well with like the Gammas and 17 and 18 and stuff like that. Then Cell, of course, is also on Transformation Boost. More additions to this category is always good. Cell is also on the Time Traveler team. I'd love to see Time Traveler get an interesting 200% leader skill. That could be very, very fun. Cell is also over here on the Artificial Life Form team as well. A team that's recently gotten quite a few buffs, so that is good right there. Cell is also on the Android/Cell Saga team. Wow, been quite a while since we've had a new unit added to this category, besides, you know, just EZAs for a while. But it is a lot better with a lot of the EZAs, right? Then Cell is also on the Target Goku team. So, of course, he is on Dokkan Fest Super 17's team. Cell's also over here on Power Absorption. Relatively weak team, so it's good to get more options there for sure. Then Cell is also over here on Sworn Enemies. Wow, no new characters since last June for Sworn Enemies, huh? Yeah, we haven't gotten many villains, right? But Cell, of course, is there on Sworn Enemies. And then finally, Cell is on Worldwide Chaos. Again, Worldwide Chaos, I guess, could be another interesting sort of LR that could come out. You know what's interesting? So LR Bobbity's not on Worldwide Chaos, huh? Weird. Okay, anyway. So there is this EZA LR First Form Cell. He's decent. At a glance with his info, it seemed like maybe he wasn't the craziest, but I feel like this is a reasonable release. The Cell is not that bad. You could run him as like a 5th or 6th option. You know, you do want to be... He's not living supers, but, you know, he should be able to tank most of the normals. In even a juiced up turn, he could probably tank in Omega's normal attacks, right? So it's just a matter of keeping him away from super attacks, and he should be okay. He could triple super, he could heal, he could bring some stuff to the table. Not the craziest ever, but I think I do give him a little bit more of a pass since he is free to play, right? So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.